I've been puzzled, Libra, because of this. And we'll get into it. All the other cards make sense. There's a lot of Taurus energy coming through, which means finances. Finances, money, barreling through, coming through, defensive, protecting. Protect your money. Watch out for it. Be aware of it. What have you learned? How have you taken care of it? Be wary. You've already changed. You've already made differences in how you confront it and how you work with it. You don't let it intimidate you as much anymore. You're a different person. But there is something here that is being uncovered and being revealed. There has been something that you just did not understand. And the reason why you didn't understand it was because it didn't make any sense. Now, you may have said, oh wow, this just doesn't make sense, but I think you thought that it didn't make sense because you didn't understand it, but that's not true. It didn't make sense because something wrong was happening. You sort of took it and decided that it doesn't make sense because maybe I'm stupid, or I don't get it, or I need more information. You didn't need more information. You had all the information that you needed. It didn't make sense because something illegal was going on. That's why it didn't make any sense. Something illegal or something underhanded, depending on where you're coming and what relationship you're coming at this, toward this as Libra. It didn't make sense because something was wrong. Something was actually not correct and intentionally not correct. It was known to not be correct. It was not correct. And you just sort of assumed, oh, it's me. I don't understand well enough. I don't understand right. Half a dozen ways that you could have basically made yourself the problem when you weren't. Trying to think your way through it, trying to rationalize your way through it, and understand it from the perspective of, well, it's right, so let me figure out how to make it make sense based on the acceptance that it is correct, it is right. But that's where you got it wrong. It wasn't right. There was nothing right about it. And I think your need to avoid confrontation has been allowing too much to be wrong or to be done wrong to you. Now, this has mostly to do with your finances. This has mostly to do with something that impacted you. Could be legal. I don't think it's social. But it vastly impacted your life. And there was just this naivete. No, it's cool. Or like, I keep like I don't know. Something that to other people would have been obvious. Oh, money keeps being taken out. I must not have remembered that I had an automatic payment set up. No, money just kept being taken out because they kept taking it out. And they knew that they shouldn't, but they just kept siphoning it. There's that sense of this need in you to not have an enemy in your life so bad that when an enemy's in your life, you continue to allow them to, they get to take advantage of you over and over again because you just so badly don't want an enemy in your life. This is the time for the confrontation. This is the time for the comeuppance. And it feels like whoever was supposed to be looking out for you was the person that was taking advantage of you. So it's systemic. It's this whole kind of chain of, you're right. You should have been able to trust this circumstance. You should have been able to trust this situation. They should have been doing their job correctly. They weren't, and you need to call them on it. I just got that chill. I know you don't want to. You absolutely, that's the last thing. Why can't I just depend on people? Why can't they just be nice to me? I mean, it's a fair question. I'm not going to call you stupid for it, because you're not. It's a, why can't people just be good? Why can't people just do their jobs? Why can't they just do what they're supposed to do? Because some people are fucking assholes. And they don't just do their job. And they do, see, oh, opportunity. They're not looking. Hold on. My dog is sticking her head through. Hold on. They're just, they're allowing me. If they didn't say anything, then clearly it's not bothering them. So I'm just going to keep doing it. Like, people are like that, man. Like, that is crazy. And I think not in a million years would you have decided or thought it could be true. Now, you're not naive. You're not stupid. You know it's true. But to be so true, so close to you, happening so clearly in your life, to be this just to be so deceived or be so used or mistreated, whoa. I mean, you could believe it in the news, but I think ultimately there's that sense of, well, now I have to look this person in their real eyes. Now I have to see them in a way that I never wanted to see them. I mean, I can't trust them. I mean, you can't trust them. I'm sorry. Learn from the past. This is something coming and railroading you, stampeding you, running right over you. But it's also defensiveness and your ability to protect yourself. Who do you have to protect yourself from? Who is it? Because this is definitely a circumstance or a situation where you've run into problems or issues before. But this is also money. This is Taurus energy. Could be a bill collector coming and like saying, hey, you owe me, you owe me, you owe me. Out of the blue. I want you to do a double take and say, but do I really owe you? Why are you asking me for this money? But then this came here. Being revealed. All the facade coming off. This energy of somebody that made you feel so obligated, pushed you up against the wall, didn't give you any options. Revealed. They weren't doing it for you. They weren't doing it for justice. They weren't doing it for right. They weren't doing it because they had a right to. They were doing it for themselves. All of a sudden, revealed. This is where the universe sticks up for you. This is where the universe interrupts and says, look at them, see them for what they really are. And I feel like they were exposed outside of you. This was a sense of not even being caught in what they did to you, but just somebody being exposed outside of you. I also think, I'm going to say this right now, that it is money that has been kept from you and hidden from you, coming to you because it was owed to you. It was kept from you. And not because somebody had the right to, but because somebody had the opportunity to. Luckily, it still exists. It's not completely disappeared. And there's been this veil that's been dropped. Something being really just being exposed. Holy crap, how could you do this to me? Never in a million years would you have never in a million years would you have not expected it. No, never in a million years. Why? like, I keep, this incredulousness keeps coming through, this sense of, wow, who thinks like that? Who does that? And yet, on the flip side, because there is a duality here, something wonderful is happening. Something wonderful is happening because something bad had happened to you, and you didn't even know the badness was happening to you. Or if you suspected it, you put it out of your mind. But now, because it's been revealed, there's this double-edged sword of really being disappointed that this could ever happen, but then simultaneously benefiting from the fact that it's been exposed. So a lot of the impossible, or things that you keep from yourself, are becoming, bam, hitting you right in the face, stampeding you. And they're not all bad, but they are all lessons in, maybe I need to look more closely and be more honest with myself along the way, instead of just seeing what I want to see all the time, because I was taken advantage of. And now even the good stuff is steamrolling me because it's like hitting me all at once. There's a level of incredulousness that has to be dimmed down a bit. In order for me to accept, I'm in New Orleans, so you can see the city behind me. I'm in New Orleans today, so I'm glad that you're traveling with me. Born Without Boundaries. I'm going across country, so I'm glad to share this moment with you. But that's why the traffic is outside. The level of incredulousness is the thing that didn't have to be. The level of incredulousness, because there were enough signs, was enough evidence that this was going on. And I feel even intuitively understanding it and knowing it, but pushing it away, because you don't want to deal with the fight. You don't want to fight. You don't want to struggle. You want to find a way to smooth things over and make things work. But to what end? To being taken advantage of over and over again? I'm glad that things have finally been exposed. I'm so happy that they were fine. It just all this facade finally came down, and bam, the truth like rammed through. You're finally got it. You're finally getting it. You're finally being vindicated. But it's almost happening all outside of you. A fight that you didn't fight yourself. Miracles are endless. This is the gods basically coming down, selecting you and saying, you're the chosen one. You're the one we want, Libra. It's you. All eyes are on you. Abundance just pouring in. Money, because this is Taurus energy. Financial resources just coming in, and people adoring you and loving you and worshiping you. Like really selecting you as somebody that is special. A big old breakthrough. This was the card that confused me. I'm like, but this is illegal stuff. This is like turned upside down. Against the establishment. Untraditional and unconventional has finally become something that is admired. That's what it means. Your quirkiness, your uniqueness, the thing about you that was off, that didn't fit in and everybody bulldozed over, is now what is sought after. It's now what is valuable. Your brand of special is valuable, even though it is not, because it's off, because it's unique. This is also a sense of a lot of money being made illegally or coming in a nefarious way. Once again, I don't think it's you. I think it's you reaping the abundance for being awkward and always having been a little bit against the grain. And that's why the abundance is coming to you. Because now it's those like runoff streams that are yielding the most water. And it's your beautiful soul itself that is attracting people. And so in your way of compromise, in your way of non-resistance, in your peaceful protest, you have actually made it somewhere and broken through. But there needs to be a lesson learned here. How far does this have to go before you are able to turn around and confront something? The gloves may have come off. You finally may have confronted something. Something that you did not want to look at, did not want to face, did not want to see. You got your courage on, you got your bravery on. Wow. Miracles are endless, and use your mind wisely. Be very careful, because pigs do fly. The impossible has happened. And it is the uniqueness of you that has made the impossible happen. So the goodness has broken through, even though there was really shady shit happening. And that's what I want to get into. The first card out in tarot was abundance. So much abundance and happiness, and really feeling joyful and proud of yourself, and like you're doing something that you love. It's not just about resources. Resources are being handed to you. This is the gods coming in and saying, we're washing everything clean. Libra, we want you happy. So it's like you've earned this place, you've earned this abundance by doing something that you love. Literally, the gods have intervened to take care of you. But there's more of a message here. So I'm going to go over to continue the tarot card reading. The link is in the description box below. I hope you join me.